Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video, and today we have some fresh card reveals from the Universus card game. It is for the Dark Tournament set, which comes out in a couple weeks, and it is the Yu-Yu-Hakusho based set for this card game. So it's one of the new IPs that they have access to for this card game, and it's going to be honestly really, really cool. So I appreciate them letting me do some reviews for them on this one. And also, if you guys are new to the Universus card game, please make sure to check out their website, UGN. If you guys sign up as a new player and use me as the content creator that you got the referral for, you do get some points for the store, which you can use to get some promos for the game as well. So highly recommend it if you haven't done so already. Helps you get into the game. And let's jump on into these reveals for us. So it is Toya, which I will admit I'm not a super in the know for Yu Yu Hakusho in general, but I can tell, and based off some research I did, that Toya is wields ice, is an ice user of sorts, and which also kind of reminds me a lot of Todoroki, which is another card or kind of character that we revealed for this card game in the last couple weeks in the previous set. So kind of the same theming for this. I do generally like the idea of using effects to commit all my opponent's foundations, make it so they can't do anything, so I can do whatever I want. And that's kind of what I feel from Toya and the cards that Toya gets with them as well. So first, it's a 7-hander, which generally I like 6 to 5s, but is a 7-hander. It has enhanced. If you block this attack, your rival commits 1 foundation. So being able to commit your opponent's stuff more than once per turn on your opponent's turn is pretty nice, baked in. And also enhanced once per turn, this attack gets plus X or minus X speed, where X equals the number of committed rivals' foundation. So for example, let's say they do their first attack, you're able to block it, and they have to do the extra commit for the foundation. On the second attack, you can make it pretty easy for it to be like -2, 3 plus speed because of it. I think that's a really good debuff for a lot of their attacks. So kind of fits the theming of kind of slowing them down and like ice being a slower and that kind of stuff. So that's the character, and let's go on to the attacks real quick. So we caught Cursed Ice Breath, which is an uncommon. Enhanced freeze 1 rival foundation. Your rival may discard 1 card to cancel this effect. So pretty simple, but being able to either get rid of a card from hand, it's just like what is less valuable to your opponent. Foundations to help get our checks are actual cards to use for blocks and that kind of stuff. So I think that's fine. A pretty simple attack, but especially if you're going against something that has like a lower hand size, I think this could be a really great way to just kind of get a stun kind of effect. You get to choose what you freeze as well, and you're going to see that there's a lot of freezing with it as well. So being able to use the freeze to stop something from untapping at the start of the turn is pretty good. So other than that, it's a 4 low. It's a 1 mid block, so a pretty good block modifier. Nothing much else there. Next up, we have the ultra rare. So this is enhance. Name 1 foundation, commit all copies of that foundation, which seems like a pretty busted effect. Not all decks use more than 1 copy of a foundation, but being able to potentially get a stun 2 and a targeted stun 2 is fantastic. 2 plus. Worst case, it's a stun that you get to choose the card that you're stunning with too. So I think that's fine as well. I would have to confirm, but I would think that if you're both playing the same foundation and you name that, both players would have to commit all copies of it. But I don't know 100%. You guys might let me know in the comments. But in general, being able to get a worst case, this is a targeted stun 1, which is already very, very powerful. And then also enhance discard 1 momentum. This attack gets plus 5 damage, and you get to freeze a rival foundation. So if you could freeze something that is like a singleton, so that doesn't untap next turn, and then you can ice storage execution, something that they have 2 copies of, and they're more likely to keep up. So this is a bit of a skill check, because if your opponent recognizes that this is a card, they would be able to make sure that they don't have more than 1 copy of each card. But at the same time, again, like targeted stun like that is really great for the decks like this. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, next up we have Ice Sword Slash, so maybe a bit of a downgrade from the previous card. It's only a 3 difficulty attack, just stun 1. So you can see that stunning is fine. Maybe like a last attack or making sure it goes through. We haven't really talked about it as much, but our character itself can increase our own speed of these attacks too. So if this could be a 5 speed pretty easily. This could immediately be a 6 speed with just the leader effect too, based off the it's a once per turn, so you can't keep doing it for all your attacks, but you can make this pretty fast pretty quickly. And then obviously this is a 1 mid, but let's say you've done 2 or 3 attacks, your opponent's just completely committed out. You could still make this very, very fast with our leader effect too. So I think that's, even though it's just a 3 difficulty, it's fine. There could be some uses for it, and stun is one of the, I feel like one of the most powerful card effects in this game right now. So there we go. All right, and then we have Shards of Winter, which is a rare. Enhance this attack gets plus X speed. X equals the number of committed rival foundations, and also enhance if this attack deals damage, you get to draw 1, and it also has stun 1. So this is pretty great for like your second attack. I feel like being able to, you can make this pretty quick. It's only 1 speed by itself, but you can like double down with your leader effect as well. The stun effect is good too. So immediately, as long as you stun something, worst case, this is a 2 speed, but I'm pretty sure later on it's going to have a great amount of speed for it. So I think that's a little insane. And yeah, being able to card draw is fantastic. So this extra cycle you get from this is pretty cool too. So like a pretty good like second or maybe like last attack where you can kind of guarantee that you're going to be fast enough that it's going to at least do some damage, and which means you get draw a card too. So there we go. All right, those are the attacks. We're going to the foundations real quick. Elemental Advantage, enhance your turn. Commit one of your rivals. I'm gonna have to one of these three. I think it's ice, grass, or fire. Please let me know that I'm super wrong with that. Foundation. So being able to just freeze something is fine. It's your turn as commit, but it's cool. So nothing too fancy there, but pretty good like sideboard card for that. We also have Icy Blade, so this is kind of like your unique 3 difficulty foundation. So enhance your turn, check 5, your attack gets +1 damage. So being able to get some additional damage consistently is kind of nice. And then response flip, after your rivals plays a non-character ability that readies or commits a foundation, cancel it. So being able to, if you want to freeze something for realsies and they try to get it back, being able to like freeze it for real, I think is strong. So it can kind of double down and make sure that something that you don't want to be around, is delayed for another turn, which I think is great. And again, like the freeze mechanic kind of doves you a lot of extra advantage because you do count the amount, you have so many effects that depend on how many opponents' cards that are still committed. So this, doubling down on those effects, I think is strong. All right, Master of Ice. It's a 2 difficulty. A response remove after you block with this card. Add a copy of Master of Ice from your discard pile from your hand. So just a way to kind of get some okay draw. Nothing too fancy. It's like a 2 mid block. So maybe there would be a deck that takes advantage of it. I don't think this is like super good for this deck specifically, but it's ways to like draw cards, which are sometimes you just need more blocks, and this can generate another one. So there you go. And then we have Shinobi Prodigy. So response flip, after your rival's attack deals no damage, the next attack played gets -3 speed. So being able to get some additional blockage, or making sure that, this means that this kind of gets like a 3 check on the next attack. You do have to do it beforehand, which kind of stinks. So like the timing for it is a little rough. So like if your opponent wasn't going to attack anymore that turn anyways, you just flipped a foundation for nothing. But it's fine for a 1 difficulty. I think it's fine for what it is. And that is the entire package there. So honestly, really interesting. I really do like playing with decks and effects that prevent my opponent from doing what they want to do. Being able to commit stuff or freeze foundations, I think is very powerful in this game, with especially the duality of how the foundations work and how they help you make checks and blocks and stuff. So that can be pretty devastating if your opponent just literally isn't really able to do anything because they just don't have enough foundations open. So anyways, that's going to be it for me. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't checked out UGN, make sure you use that and say you found it from content creator Eggman. That's me. And that's going to be it for me. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.